Hi, Manna family. You know, when you're driving to a destination, there's generally more than one way to get there. Often there is a freeway or a highway. You get where you're going quickly, but you don't see much on the way. The whole point of a freeway is the destination, not the journey. Sometimes, however, there is a scenic route or a backcountry road to our destination. It's almost always slower, it's almost always less efficient, less predictable, but the scenery can be spectacular if we slow down enough to see it. Someone in the Bible who had trouble with the scenic route was Jesus' friend Martha. Luke 11 tells us the story. Now, as Jesus and his disciples, were traveling along, he entered a certain village, and a woman named Martha welcomed him into her home. And she had a sister called Mary, who moreover was listening to the Lord's words seated at his feet. But Martha was distracted with all her preparations, and she came up to Jesus and said, "Lord, do you not care that my sister has left me to do all the serving alone? Then tell her to help me." But the Lord answered and said to her, "Martha, Martha, you are worried about so many things. But only a few things are necessary, really only one. And Mary has chosen the good part, which shall not be taken away from her." Two sisters, two different priorities, two different choices. Martha prioritized tasks, Mary valued relationships. Martha was a talker, Mary was a listener. Martha's destination was getting dinner on the table, and that drove her behavior. Mary chose the slower, scenic route of listening to whatever Jesus had to say to her. Martha's life was dictated by her task list, while the center of Mary's life was listening to Jesus. By the way, there's nothing wrong with working hard to prepare dinner or doing any other task. A diligent work ethic is commanded in the Bible. But the text says that all her hard work had distracted Martha. Her task list had distracted her from the most important thing, her relationship with Jesus. It's not that dinner wasn't important, but it wasn't important as making time to listen to Jesus. You know, it's easy for us to criticize Martha, and yet we tend to fall into the same trap. Our agendas fill up our calendars because we believe that working for Jesus is more important than listening to Jesus. The truth is, our work for Jesus flows out of our relationship with Jesus. This coronavirus pandemic has forced us to stay at home and practice social distancing. It's really a good time to get out of the fast lane, slow down, take the scenic route, and listen to whatever Jesus has to say to our lives. Mary made time for what matters most, time alone with Jesus. So should we. Remember, God designed us to do life together.